In this video, I'll show you how to create a web API request to create a record within a model driven app. Now, just to give you a context, what I'm going to show you is a simple model driven app which has a list of tables, and I have also created a form. Now, if I go inside a record, I can see some fields related to that specific table. Now, take for example, if you have a requirement that on click of a new button, you would like to create a record. Now, you need not fill the value using the user interface, but then every value should go through the code. So, if you create a new record, then there are some few fields which you need to fill, like a name or total staff, total aircraft, and all those other fields which you would like to have in the system. Now, what you can do is like maybe you can create a say new airline button over here using the custom ribbon interface, and then execute a piece of JavaScript. Now, I'm gonna just show you and run the code within the developer tools console application, but you can attach it to a JavaScript and then perform that function. Okay, so first you'd like to show you the structure. So airlines table, so if you see the airlines table, the main thing which what we want is just understand the logical name, like this is the logical name for this particular table. And if you go into the columns, there are a few other fields which we would be using. It's like say name. Now name, if you see the advanced option, logical name is gcop underscore name. And then similarly we have other fields. Now if you want to actually see the logical name of different fields, you can use level up for dynamics 365 tool, and you will be able to see the logical name. Now as you see, gcop underscore name is the name, then we have gcop underscore email, then we have gcop underscore total staff, gcop underscore then there are some few fields like flying class, audited date, expansion status. So here if I expand over here, and if I just say clear logical name and go for logical name, then you can see that there is an expansion status as well. So expansion status is basically a choice column. And then we have a date column here, gcop underscore audited date, which will allow me to select a date. Now we'll pick a few columns, and then we'll just work through that. And then I have another column which is called as show one, show two, show three. So we'll just pick up one, say show one, which is just a selection of yes or no. And the name of this is gcop underscore show one. It's a logical name. So these are the set of fields which we are going to use to create a record. Now, in order to create that code, let's go into the Visual Studio Code and then create our web API demo.js. So I will be writing a code within Visual Studio Code. So first thing what we would like to do is create that web API request, right? So first, in order to write the code, we'll just say XRM. So we'll use an XRM object dot web API dot create record. So this is the function which you need to use to create a record. Now here you need to specify a couple of things. First, you need to specify the table. Now we know the name of the table is gcop underscore airlines. It can be any of your custom table, and we need to pass in data. Now we will define data just over here, but before we go into that, just assume that there will be some sort of a data which is in the form of a JSON value, and then that will be passed on to the system. So dot then, so this is a stock standard syntax. We just pass a function of success, and you whatever you're going to get, you will be getting it in a result object. So here we're going to get something in the result object, and if that code doesn't execute well, then we have function of error, and then we can utilize the error dot message or error dot name and then get the output in the console dot log. So let me write that console dot log error dot message. Now this is a piece of code which will create a record. Now in the result, if we want to show what operation we have done, we in this case we will just say that one of the airline record got created, or anything. Like if you want to show the field name, yes, you can go ahead and show the field name as well, but we will just keep it simple. One of the airline record got created. Now remember, we need to fill up this data over here, so this data needs to be filled in. Now for that, let's make use of a where variable variable data equal to, and then we will use this uh, opening braces, closing braces, and we will start utilizing all the field. So gcop underscore name. Now here in the name, say let's assume I have this new airlines coming up, so I'll just call it as Girish Airways, and I have an email address. So gcop underscore email and Girish at abcd.com, and then total staff. I just need to check what was the internal name for a sec. Total staff, show one airline description, and then yeah, this was expansion status and audited date. Okay, so these are like some of the fields which I may need to refer. So let me just pull this over here, and I will just first write down all the names. Okay, so we have this total staff, then we have gcop underscore airline description, then we have gcop underscore expansion status, which is a drop down, which is like a choice value, which I will show you how to extract the value. And then we have an audited date, so gcop underscore audited date colon. Now here, if you want to put the audited date, you need to take a new object from the date component and then specify in a specific format. Now this format uh, is a specific ISO format, so which forms in the form of year y, and then you start with a month and then put a hyphen and then whatever date you want, and a time component. Now if you do not have any time component, leave it as it is and then just put 00 colon 00, so hour, minute and second, and then put a z specifying that this is that UTC time. Now expansion status, yes, I'll come to that. Airline description, this is Girish's new venture, so this is some description, put a comma. Total staff, I'll just put 10 for a moment. And expansion status, now expansion status, let's go into the data model, go into expansion status. Now if you see this expansion status, which is coming from a choice, and if I click on edit choice, I should be able to see some value. So let me pick up this value 6452900 because it's still not yet started. So I'll put this value, put a comma, and then my data is ready. So now as you see over here, I haven't filled the mandatory field in the form. Now if you see, when you first start creating the airline record, there are few set of mandatory fields, right? So let me go into airlines again and show it to you. Click on new, and then there are few set of mandatory fields like name, total staff, total aircraft, flying class. So these are the mandatory fields. But out of the mandatory field, I'm filling name, I'm filling total staff, I'm not filling total aircraft, I'm not filling flying class. Now these are the things which I want to incorporate within the code. Now as you see, there are few set of mandatory fields, but it's okay, we will just run it and see. Now just to reiterate through the function, what we have done, we have created a data set. So this is the data set which gonna get inserted within the system, and this is the function which will enable that data set to be part of that creation process. So xrm.webapi.create record, the table, passing on the data, and then passing on the result and error in case of we get a success or a failure. Now I can enclose this in a function and then attach it to a ribbon workbench or any other custom command bar button, but I'm not going to do that because I need to cover a complete series of the web API. So I will just take this piece of code and run this in a developer tool over here. So here, let me go into the airlines. I can be in any of the record. Let me click on three dots over here, go to more tools, developer tools, and here I will keep info and errors, clean up all the values, and here I will just paste the code, and let me see if this code works. So if I just, so as you see over here, currently there are only 16 rows. Now I just pressed enter, and now as you see, it says one of the airline record got created. Now it should, the name should be Girish Airways. So if I go into airlines over here, and now as you see, there is row number 17. So there are 17 rows. Now if you want to go to a specific record, this is the record which we just created. I think so. Yep. Yep. So if I go inside this record, you will see that all the values have come correctly. So the name has come, the airline description has come, the total staff has come, email, and the audited date. And plus the expansion state is not started. So we have put all these different values using a web API and inserted a record. Now the benefit of this approach is, one is you can do an automation. So if you have a simple Excel doc or a CSV doc, you can bulk import all this record using this web API. Also, you can ignore the mandatory fields within the form. Now, if you do not have this record, like say total aircrafts or flying class, now all these things can be ignored, and then it will create a record within the system. So that's it, folks. This is how you basically create a record using web API. Thanks for watching.